This is our feature race on Sunday's 11-race programme then. Race number 9 is the Lion Rock Trophy, a Group 3 contest run under handicap conditions over the 1,600 metres. Simply Brilliant third behind Beauty Generation, beaten 2 lengths last time out. Zach Purton from barrier 4. Citron Spirit last up winner. Happy Valley over the 1,800 metres. Pingu Spark is out. Good Standing, a strong winner, beating Mission Tycoon last time out. Sha Tin takes over from Purton. Kaying Star will like to roll forward from barrier 5, a last start course and distance winner. Mission Tycoon behind Good Standing last time out. Champions Way lost his unbeaten record last time out behind stablemate Red Warrior, who scored at 80 to 1. He's coming at barrier 9 and Matthew Chadwick. We've made our way across the touchscreen to have a look at the speed map here and a couple of key races as well. As far as the speed is concerned, Tom, it may well come from Mission Tycoon with the favourite Champions Way looking like you get the gun running behind.
Yeah, he should get a nice run behind them. It's going to be the pace up front between Mission Tycoon, who's up there on the pace, with potentially Kaying Star, another one that likes to race up on the pace. So those are the two. That means Champion Way, he should get a nice run down on the inside. Simply Brilliant should be able to just drop him behind them as well and receive pretty much a perfect run. Good Standing, he has got Sha Tin on board. Wouldn't surprise me to see him slot in somewhere so he's not facing the breeze out wide. But Kaying Star, Mission Tycoon, they look to be the top two up on the pace here. All right, OK, yeah, Good Standing. Wouldn't want to be out there 3 wide, I wouldn't think. Brad, what have you seen as far as track was concerned, though?
No, I tend to think he might press on. Good Standing. Citron Spirit, interesting runner. He hasn't had a run for the best part of 10 weeks, but he goes in 1,036 pounds, so he's actually a little bit on the lighter side than what he was last start, but he's a very good horse, fresh. He's been a very, very consistent horse for the last 2 seasons. Good Standing, Sha Tin takes over, but we know Zach Purton had a pre-booking with Simply Brilliant. He's just going through the motions. It was an outstanding win from him last start in the Hong Kong Macau Trophy. And Champions Way, it's been a terrific first preparation from him. It'll be his 7th race start. He's already won 5. Can it be 6? Narrowly defeated last start by Red Warrior. And you would think from the handicap conditions of the race, both he and Red Warrior would be well placed.
They certainly would be. Yeah, getting weights off Simply Brilliant, who carries top weight here and is trained by Frankie Lloyd. He has 2 in the race. Frankie, as Ed Sadler found out.
Frankie, 2 runners on the Lion Rock Trophy coming up on Sunday. Start off with Simply Brilliant. Nice run behind Beauty Generation last time.
Yeah, nice one. The horse, I think he's a very consistent horse, and only one thing is carry big weight.
You haven't given him a trial since that last run. Have you tried to go into this race fresh?
Yes, that's why I just want to make him fresh, because 1,600 look like a little bit short for him. That's why I just low trial for him.
Are you happy with his condition going into the race?
Yeah, he's very good form.
And what about Mission Tycoon? 2nd behind Good Standing last time out. He's a very consistent horse.
Yes, this one also. Last time he got an outside draw, and then he tried to. I think he used a lot of energy in front, so that's why he the last 200 just a little bit slowly. And 1,600, I think he's also his best distance.
And he's drawn well this time. We've seen him race up on the speed generally. Does he have to lead, Frankie, or can he take a sit behind them?
I think maybe he just. I think that Kaying Star should be lead in front. Maybe just similar to last time Classic Mile.
Who's the pick of the 2 horses in this race, Frankie?
I think it should be Simple Brilliant. It's looking like a little bit better.
He's performed well at Group 1 level this season. Going into next season, could he be a Group 1 horse, do you think? Is there still improvement to come, or has he got to his best, do you think?
I think he looks like still can improve, but how much, I don't know. To see next season.
All right, Simply Brilliant in the choice of Frankie. Probably worth touching on Good Standing as well. It was a super win, wasn't it? He looked very strong.
He's had a great last few months, hasn't he? That horse for John Moore, Good Standing. That win in the Hong Kong Macau Trophy was good. We know he does have a little bit of an issue. He's got a bleeding issue, but they've kept him sound and good at the moment.
Yeah, he hasn't really been able to string wins together, and this is a mile. We saw the barrier draw potentially a little bit tricky, but gee, he did win with some class last start.
He certainly did. All right, well, speaking of class, Champions Way seemed to have it in abundance, but was rolled by his stablemate here in Red Warrior, right down the outside here at massive odds. 80 to 1 he was. Champions Way did have a little bit of trouble to overcome as well. You see him duck back to the inside and beaten, but far from disgraced.
Yeah, you just wonder whether or not that little bit of movement that he had to make in the race potentially cost him a little bit of momentum. And obviously the other one came right down the middle, sort of unimpeded, Red Warrior, and was just able to build his high speed. to its maximum capacity, and that might have been the difference in the end. Champions Way, he's just such a really strong, robust young horse, and I thought he was game in defeat here. It's worth mentioning, I read during the media during the week that, you know, not too many horses in Hong Kong as a 3-year-old have been able to win group races. We're talking Silent Witness, Rapid Dragon, a couple of the best that have gone around. Rapid Dragon won this off 107, Champions Way is off 102. I mentioned they might be well placed off the weights, but they've got a little bit to live up to if you take that stat into consideration.
Yeah, that same article with Dave Morgan, Joe Murray talking about derbies already.
Yeah.
Of course, a year out as far as Champions Way is concerned. Kaying Star will have a look at now down on the inside here, and that horse, as a form reference once more, is Red Warrior.
He's had a great prep, has Kaying Star right through his season so far. Third in the Classic Mile and the Cup. Vincent Ho sticks with him. Interesting note, Tony Cruz not looking for any rain. He's probably better indicated, as he said, on a firmer track. So if it rains, I'd be prepared to risk him potentially. Yeah,
I tend to agree. It's an issue, isn't it? I mean, judged on the way the weather's been the last month, we've hardly seen the sun. There's been lots of patchy clouds around with plenty of precipitation in them, so that might be a negative against him. But if it's a sit sprint and he's able to dominate, that'll be in his favour. But with Mission Tycoon there, that might be hard to see evolving. All
right, we'll see Kaying Star here once more, but the horse we'll focus on probably primarily is Donoso, quite often overlooked in the market, but a very genuine performer. This is Kaying Star out wide, and the big grey's Pingu Spark, but unfortunately he's scratched.
Yeah, Donoso, he's one hard to leave out. He's drawn well. Recent runs, he finished 8th of 13 behind Win Bright in the QE2 Cup, and then 8th of 9 behind Beauty Generation. Now, they're the highest level, those two races, pretty much. And then you go looking at his record in Group 3s, it's quite good. I've left him out, but if the races run to suit, they go a strong gallop and he can get into it. I wouldn't be surprised if he found a spot in the frame, but I'm banking on that he won't.
Yeah, I've left him out. Terrific effort behind Exultant earlier in the year, but course and distance record he has not flashed. Just a couple of placings from his 7 goes.
All right. The 3-year-old's favourite, Brett, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to side with Champions Way, Andrew. I think he's just such a really likeable horse overall. He's so strong through the core. For a young 3-year-old, he's got plenty of intestinal fortitude physically already. If he gets better and better as he ages, he's going to be a real star. Red Warriors obviously got the wood in him last time and may be able to do that again. Good standing despite the awkward draw and the up in distance is absolutely flying. I've got Kaying Star just in front of Simply Brilliant. The one I'm worried about leaving out is Citron Spirit. He's such a good, honest horse. It's a good race, very good race, but I think, you know, the lighter weights will probably have their say in the end. 9, 10, 5, 7.
Yeah, I tossed up whether to go the lighter weights or the top weight, but in the end decided to settle with the top weight. Simply Brilliant, he's a Group 3 winner earlier in the year in the January Cup. Champions Way goes in. Red Warrior, his turn of foot last start from about the 300 was super, and Mission Tycoon goes in as well. Frankie Law indicating at 1,600 metres he reckons is his best trip, so 1, 9, 10 and 8.
Yeah, that's my cue other way around though. Champions Way to regain the winning thread, 9 and 1. The cue for me in the Lion Rock Trophy. 2 more races to go, a Class 3 and a Class 2 to come. That's on the other side of this.